Namaskar. Chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga, the Yoga of Meditation. The concept of sannyasis. In the last chapter, we were introduced to renunciation. Do you recollect what it was? Let's see if I can help you. I'll give you an example. When you visit your dentist and they say that you have some cavities in your teeth, what should you do then? You ask them to tell you a way to help fix these cavities. The first thing your dentist will tell you is to stop being lazy and brush your teeth twice a day. That is what renunciation is. No, not brushing your teeth, but giving up on something. Giving up on being lazy is renouncing laziness. Does the word renunciation make sense to all of you? Great. Coming back to renunciation in the Gita, we have Sri Krishna telling us of people who give up on the pleasures of life and only focus on being closer to God or the creator of the world. These people have realized that there is no happiness in buying things or eating food or hanging out with friends or even visiting new places. A true sannyasi is one who doesn't look for rewards, nor is he or she afraid of punishments. Instead, they focus on their responsibilities. They feel like the real happiness lies in getting closer to the truth of life. For them, this truth of life is being with God, being with the supreme power that has the ability to create all these fabulous things we see around us. People who can exercise this are the true yogis. They have given up on materialistic desires and instead think of serving God in a loving way. The concept of Ayukta Vairagya and Yukta Vairagya. In the last chapter, we also learned about the two types of renunciations, Ayukta Vairagya and Yukta Vairagya. Let's try recollecting them. Around us, we see many attractive things. Just look around you right now and see if you can find these attractions. There's food, clothes, gadgets, options for entertainment, money, and so on. In an Ayukta Vairagya renunciation, these attractions are seen as detrimental to one becoming closer to God. What's detrimental? It means harmful or damaging. A person trying to be more spiritual will think of these attractions as bad, as a hamper to one's progress. One who follows the Ayukta Vairagya way will feel unstable. They may even give up on the renunciation altogether. They might instead go back to their original way of living and give up on the spiritual journey. This is because, as you can see, it's a difficult path to take. A Yukta Vairagya thinks much differently. They see everything around them as belonging to the supreme power. Hence, they will use these things and think that I'm using this in order to serve a higher purpose. What instead they do is save or protect these things and ensure that they utilize it all in moderation. For instance, they will use technology to better human lives. They will use money to help those in need around them. Or they will use food to get energy and step out to do some real work. A Yukta Vairagya is one who will not give up, ever. They will think of difficulties as a part of the journey. They will never run away and definitely not give up on the renunciation. They will always stay on this path that they have chosen. That takes courage, don't you think so? Renunciation, an uphill task. The path to reaching a state where you feel one with the Creator is a long and uphill task. Let's be honest, it will take some time. Right now, most people are caught up in the pleasures of everything around them. They are interested in pleasing their senses, like eating good food or listening to music, experiencing different things like learning a new skill or traveling to places, and in turn making the most of what life has to offer them. When one begins to realize that they want to be closer to this higher power, we call this Yog Arurukshu. This means that we are just starting on this uphill task to be more spiritually aware. You may now wonder, how will I know that my mind has become strong and now I have this spiritual path that I will take on, and so on? A good way to check if your mind has progressed is to ask the mind if it still enjoys all of the fun things it used to. Does the mind feel that it must eat something yummy? Or does it feel like it must visit a nice seaside spot and enjoy the sunset? It's alright to feel like doing these things. This means that we're still on our way to a good meditation. This is a big step to take and not an easy one either. But remember, there's always Karma Yoga. Do your actions without any expectations. This by itself is a big step towards realizing the big truth of life. What it really takes is self-discipline. This discipline can help you have a healthier lifestyle, a calmer mind, and help keep the stress at bay. Dhanyavad.